Ahoy and welcome back to my playthrough Sam and Max Beyond Time and Space, Episode 4, Chariots of the Gods.
Okay, we're in, boys.
Bosco! Free anti-mind control helmets for the first 50 lunatics to come out of hiding!
I've been telling you, little pals, he's just plain vanished.
We'd better look around the joint for clues.
Good plan, Sammo. Guess that's why they call you guys in for the brainy stuff, and leave the senseless violence to the likes of me.
I deeply resent that comment, Mr. Paper.
Yeah, Flint. We're gonna have to join together and use every detective skill we know to find Bosco.
Well, that's a no-go. Any more ideas?
Let me think. As informative as Max Impeachment Weekly is, I doubt it'll tell us where Bosco is. Bosco, you in there? I hope not, or Bosco be gone. We can't get in until we get past this laser grid.
To get past the laser grid, first you have to forgive the laser grid.
I've always wondered what Bosco keeps hidden back here.
I've always wondered if he's wearing pants back there.
Wow, it's everything we needed to solve last year's hypnotism conspiracy.
Whew! I'd kill for a time machine right about now. Of course, I'd kill for just about anything.
This keypad must control the laser grid blocking Bosco's bathroom.
Oh, use it to spell boobies. I love that.
Bosco, lasers, and pushing random buttons are three things that don't go well together, little buddy. It's Bosco's My First Moai Head toy. All right, let's have a look at your x-ray, Mr. Moai Head. We'll see what's causing that persistent tinnitus.
Prognosis, Sam?
Either this toy has a tumor the size of an overfed cat, or it's too dark to read it. It looks like...
Say it?
It looks like Bosco's as clever as you are at cutting-edge intellectual humor.
You gotta admit, that is pretty funny.
It's the x-ray I took of Bosco's Moai head. A piece of paper inside says, 531-8008.
You did it, Samo.
Let's check in the bathroom for more clues. Hey, Flint.
Found anything yet, Sammy?
Still working on it. How long has Bosco been missing?
While you were in Schnitzeltown making chummy with the undead, there was a ruckus in the back of this dive. After that, the B-Man took a powder.
Why were you keeping an eye on Bosco?
A going-away present for my old partner, God rest that bastard. First case he ever had, 40 years ago, and never solved. Some doll who wanted to keep an eye on this Bosco mook. Said he'd done her wrong, and he had to take the fall.
Don't worry, Flint. We've got the skills to find whoever kidnapped Bosco.
I am still president after all.
That may be, but are you a bad enough president to rescue the dude?
Stick around, Flint.
You boys know where to find me.
Let's see if there's anything in the bathroom to tell us where Bosco's top-secret bunker is. Or maybe the bathroom is his top-secret bunker.
This is exactly where I'd want to spend an apocalypse.
I sense that something terrible happened here.
Ho ho! You don't know the half of it.
Bosco's been ordering nothing but baking soda and paper mache. Bosco has all his shirts specially treated to block out the thought control rays.
Lest nefarious forces take control of his nipples.
It's empty. The Bosco Tech Drain Liberator 6000. I'm not going anywhere near that thing.
Not after seeing what it did to that sludgy delivery guy.
The sound alone still haunts my nightmares. Hot toilet wine. Everything Bosco would need to survive for months. From the looks of it, these wine bottles haven't been touched in decades. I'm pretty sure I can hold it until the end of the case.
Pretty sure.
If you explode it, they will come.
And if it's brown, flush it down.
Urinals. Such a crude and barbaric means of bladder relief.
Says the guy who uses the fire hydrant.
I would clean up in here, but I don't want to disturb any evidence. Baking soda plus vinegar equals eruption.
Sounds hot, but they didn't leave a phone number.
Bosco's disguises, each more offensively ludicrous than the last. Bosco's high-tech, 100% convincing disguise kit.
So, which kit was he using last year, then?
A jumbo-sized bag of cotton balls.
Don't open it, Sam! I can never eat just one.
Bosco keeps plenty of baking soda on hand to keep the bathroom fresh. Tons of model volcanoes just like the one on Easter Island. It's like Bosco was obsessed with this shape.
Like I'm obsessed with the shape of Bosco's unnaturally bulbous forearms?
A little like that, but slightly less creepy. It's an industrial-sized barrel of baking soda. Rampaging Roy Neary with a meat and two sides. Recognize that from Easter Island, Max? It's a model volcano.
I'd say it's downright exemplary.
A nice aged bottle of Nippy Valley.
Woof! Nippy Valley Woof. For party time or any time.
Some idiot left the cork out, Max. It turned to vinegar.
It's like I'm always telling you, Sam. We need a much bigger explosion.
This time, you might be right, Max.
What was that for, Sam?
That barrel was looking at me funny. And the school board said our cases had no educational merit.
Do it again! Do it again! What's that noise?
They've come for us, Max. It's THEM.
Good! About time we found out who's responsible for this travesty.
Hey, guys. Look, I can explain.
Did you get a haircut, Bosco? There's something different.
Finally see a doctor about that, personal problem?
You guys done?
Yeah, that's all we got.
Good. Now shut up and help me.
What seems to be the problem, Bessie?
That elevator over there, it's horrible. I went inside looking for THEM, but when I got out, I saw my mother.
Yeah.
Oh, it gets worse. I ran out of there fast as I could, and when I came out, I was like this. You gotta fix it, guys.
What are you doing on an alien spaceship?
I got tired of being scared of THEM. I finally said, bring them on! I built this device that lets me predict where they were gonna show up next. Then I let them come on and take me.
So, did you get udders, or are you a boy cow?
That's none of our business, Max. What happened next, Bosco?
I used the device on myself, you know, to test it. After that, it's all a blur.
Where's this THEM detector device you were talking about?
I don't know. I must have lost it in that elevator after I got turned into this thing.
What is this place, Bosco?
You guys still don't get it? This is it! The center of the entire operation of THEM!
Kinda sparse for the headquarters of a sinister cabal bent on world domination.
You don't need much room when you can go anywhere you want through time and space.
The place seems pretty empty. Where are THEY hanging out?
I don't know, but you can bet they're around here somewhere, just waiting to probe us and turn us all into freakish animal-human hybrids.
Bosco, Sam is standing right here.
What's with all the volcanoes back in your store?
Guys, try to keep up. Haven't you figured anything out yet? The volcano is what summons the spaceship, fools!
Sam, is it my imagination, or are we being scolded by the guy who's half cow?
Don't go anywhere, Bosco.
And now where am I gonna go looking like this? Help me get back to normal, guys.
Normal? We'll get you back the way you were before, but we're not promising more than that.
Looks like some kind of weird alien radio. Hey, Max, what do you think this thing is?
Calibrating. Complete. I now have mastered your primitive but no less valid language. Please choose from the following topics of conversation.
Who are you?
I am this craft's artificial intelligence. I supervise the operations of this craft and the activities of its crew.
Where's the crew?
They are currently occupied with the craft's primary mission. They will arrive shortly to detain you for your own safety.
What happened to Bosco?
The intruder made unsanctioned use of the time shuttle.
How do we use that elevator?
Simply choose a destination. Additional destinations can be opened using convenient pre-printed time cards.
What are my options?
My personality can be configured to respond in the style most appropriate to the user. Please choose from the following options.
Passive-aggressive.
Selection acknowledged. I'll just alter my entire personality matrix to make you more comfortable.
We'd like to get a time card, please.
I cannot print a time card until the captain chooses a destination.
So long.
Fine. Leave. It's not like I was still talking.
Bosco's oppressors could spring out of there any moment, ray guns blazing. Don't wander too far, Max.
Try and stop me!
There appears to be an 18% loss of efficiency in the starboard tachyon pulse perambulator. It'd take me 4 days to fix.
You have 30 seconds!
That must be the alien's abduction beam. Appears to be made of the finest leather from only the finest in mutilated cattle.
Don't joke about that!
Either we've seen a huge spike in theta wave radiation off the port bow, or I have no idea how to read this thing.
Bosco's again? How'd we end up back here?
Judging from the lack of safety railings and ready availability of guns and ammo, I'd say we've gone back in time. Seems to be sometime in the early sweet mother of mole sauce.
You fools gonna buy something, or do you want to make a baby?
Well now. Milk and hooch. Something for the kiddies and something for your cereal. Cold orange things you suck never go out of style. Russians send first woman into space.
Soon they'll send all their women into space.
A nice aged bottle of Nippy Valley brand vinegar.
Ah, some idiot left the cork in, Sam. It's still wine.
Let's just let that breathe for a few decades, Max. No timeout needed. We're better to crunch numbers than in the John. My paws are spotless. Oh, the germs look so young. What a waste. What a senseless waste. This sample has been completely contaminated by milk. It'll have to be replaced. Looks like a weird bread-making machine.
Don't be silly. That's my baby maker. You take a spit sample from the mother and one from the father, mix them together in that machine, and then out comes a happy little bundle of perfection.
Finally, somebody explains how that works.
That's not the generally agreed upon method, Max. What's this?
It's my chemical sampler. Get somebody to spit on it, and it gives you a sample test tube for the baby maker.
Mind if we borrow it?
Go ahead. I already got all I need.
This sample has been completely contaminated by milk. It'll have to be replaced. Baby food and bum wipes. If you use less of one, you wouldn't need as many of the other. Hey Max, remember that old carbon dater we got from Sybil last year?
Yeah, we gave it to Bosco so he could keep scanning his weenies.
Looks like he's made some modifications to it. They're
beautiful.
No siree. Nuh-uh. Not happening. Nah. It printed out a card with the Intergalactic Freelance Police logo. Sounds intriguingly futuristic. It printed a time card with Stinky's logo on it. The one constant across all human cultures of all times is a massive amount of waste. Nations rise and nations fall, but those hot weenies will outlast us all. It printed a time card with a presidential seal and some strange numbers.
What was that?
We just needed to scan you for,
The hell you did! Explain yourselves.
You must be Mrs. Bosco.
That's Ms. Bosco. I don't want any part of your oppressive patriarchy.
Fair enough, ma'am. Miss, you.
Who are you?
Sam and Max, freelance police.
Finally, the police. Maybe you can help me catch that fool.
Which fool did you want us to catch exactly?
That man who just came in here yelling about conspiracies and busting up the place.
Bosco always did know how to make a memorable first impression.
Can you tell us more about the man who trashed your shop?
He took one look at me and screamed.
That should narrow the list of suspects down to any man with eyes.
Then he stumbled back and ran right into my baby maker.
Ouch!
We can't take the case, but we'll keep an eye out for your vandal, Miss Bosco.
I swear if I ever find him, I'm gonna make sure he gets no pleasure in this life.
Ah, I haven't heard a tale of motherly love like that since the Manchurian Candidate.
We're here to help your son.
I don't have a son. You think it's not enough I'm a businesswoman and inventor? A woman's only useful if she's got a son.
It's not that. We're friends with him.
Well, acquaintances.
We know him.
We've spoken to him more than once.
Doesn't matter. I'm not defined by my children. But when I do have one, she's gonna be the most perfect little angel.
What was that you said about making a baby?
I'm made uncomfortable by this line of questioning, Sam.
That's just because you're scared of a world where career-minded women don't need to be tied to a man to have a family. This ain't the past anymore. It's the 1960s. They can talk about putting a person on the moon, and I can invent a baby-making machine.
Well, how does this baby-making machine work?
You just take a DNA sample from the mother and the other person and combine them in that machine. Let it bake a couple hours, and you've got a beautiful baby girl. Or boy, I guess. I've already got my own samples in there. I'm gonna test it out tonight after closing.
how do you get the DNA samples?
Isn't that obvious? Saliva, fools!
Well, naturally.
Oh, of course.
Where'd you get the father's sample?
Oh, him. Well, I was just in Washington, D.C. for a special occasion, and when I was touring the White House, I met a nice man in a dark suit. He was polite and didn't say much. Seemed like his spit was as good as anybody else's, so I picked him.
We can't take...
I swear if I...
See you later, Ms. Bosco.
We're gonna pick up some swingin' 60s chicks and start a groovy hullabaloo.
Men.
Cut it out, Max. You don't even like girls.
Oh, right.
You got a problem with women?
Nah, just never interested. With all the general malice I have to get done in a day, girls are just a huge waste of time.
I have never been as turned on as I am right now.
What?
You just never found the right woman, and I never found the right man. Forget the baby maker.
Catastrophic temporal anomaly detected.
Run away with me, Max, my white stallion.
Curse my irresistible animal magnetism.
Miss Bosco, I really think you should reconsider.
I can already see us, living next door to that nice detective.
Well, it would be nice having someone to do my laundry.
You don't even wear clothes.
And yet, I always end up with so many blood-stained shirts. 'Tis a mystery.
Max doesn't even like girls.
They're a nuisance at best.
Hasn't been interested since... When did that start exactly?
I think it all goes back to that time we were... No flashback? Okay. Well, it's been ever since junior high.
You're wasting your time, Miss Bosco. Max just isn't interested.
The more he protests, the more I know he's the one.
9mm hollow points are always special.
What do you think you're doing?
You know, the usual. Traveling through time and stuff.
Override. You've caused a catastrophic temporal anomaly. You're going back to the ship so you can think about what you've done. Just look at what you did.
Sam, what's a catastrophic temporal paradox?
That!
What the hell did you guys do?
Max, when you made Mama Bosco decide not to have a baby, that meant Bosco was never born.
But if Bosco was never born, then we never would have gone back to meet Mama Bosco in the first place. Neat!
Are you fools just gonna stand there explaining everything? Or are you gonna fix me?
Sheesh! Give a guy a cool cow body, and all of a sudden he's the owner of the time stream.
Did you miss us?
What have you two been doing all this time?
Hanging out with your mom.
Real classy, guys. Fine, don't help me.
Can you describe your father for us?
Man, I thought you guys were detectives. Haven't you figured out I was a test tube, baby? My mama didn't need a man. I got everything from her.
Where'd you get your paranoid fear of giant invisible conspiracies out to kill you?
That's a chemical imbalance that's all mine.
We're on the case, Bosco.
We've got to go break up with your mother.
I told you guys, cut it out.
What happened to Bosco?
Oh, he just interfered with causality, leaving it for the rest of us to clean up.
So long.
Fine, leave. It's not like I was still talking.
Bosco already scanned himself with this thing.
Look, Sam, it's my summer office.
I don't think so, Max. Take a look around.
Welcome to the Oval Office, visitors. Next tour begins in 30 minutes.
This is a long time before the horrific sequence of events that led to your presidency.
I'm not leader of the free world here? This will not stand.
Okay, that's it for now. Thanks for watching. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe.